Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel, live on the Kempire on Facebook, the Kempire on Twitch, the Kempire on Periscope, and Kempire Radio Network on Facebook as well. We're live across multiple platforms. TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. That way I'll be able to see you and your comments, and you'll have a chance to call in and share your thoughts. I didn't expect to go live tonight, but as I said before, once you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because when we have breaking news, when we decide to go live, or when we upload, you won't miss a beat. I've also posted the link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on these hot topics. I didn't expect to talk about Wendy Williams today, but she had this really interesting interview with the Puerto Rican princess, aka Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star, Joseline Hernandez. Oh my God, did you guys see this interview? Well, I actually watched it multiple times, and I will show a couple of moments from the interview just so that we can just key and talk about it. But before we do that, be sure to like this video if you haven't liked the video already. Let's give people an opportunity to get into the chat room. Also, we're looking for moderators. You know, the Kempire Daily YouTube channel is growing, so we're looking for moderators. Let me know in the chat if you are trustworthy, you're here every live, and you want to be a moderator for the channel. We need it. We appreciate already the moderators that we have. So shout out to Diana. Shout out to all the people that call in all the time. I appreciate you guys. We have a lot to talk about tonight. A lot. We also have to talk about Drew Sidora. She did an interview with Page Six. Now people are speculating. Is she the one who leaked the information to Page Six? Because she's doing a lot of stuff with Page Six. Well, she's addressing the whole indigenous costume that people were calling her a liar for in this new interview. I did a video on it earlier, but this is your opportunity, because I know there's a lot of people out there that have opinions about this, opinions about what she said. I want to hear your opinions. So that's part of the reason why I decided to go live, was so that you guys can call in and share your thoughts. You already heard my thoughts in my video today. If you haven't, go over there and check it out. And look, I might have new thoughts. So I want to bring a couple people up. Oh my goodness, what's going on? My girl, Danielle.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Oh my gosh, Danielle, I did not expect to go live, but I had to. Did you see the Wendy Williams and Joseline Hernandez interview?
So I saw your video first, and then I went to YouTube and watched the Wendy and Joseline interview. And you said you were going live. I was like, I have to speak on this, and everyone's going to hate me, and I don't even care.
Oh, well, don't say that. Don't put it out there like that. I want to show a clip from the interview.
Okay.
So that people know that what we're talking about. But before we do that, everyone that's in the chat, again, please make sure that you like the video. TikTok, head on over to Kempire Daily. That way I'll be able to see your comments. And also you'll have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts on this story or anything that you want to talk about. We're talking about all hot topics. And I see our usual suspects are in the chat room. I see everyone there. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let me just play a little bit of this, oh my goodness, this whole situation. I didn't expect this today. I thought she loved Wendy. Look, I guess she loved her until she didn't, right? All right, let's jump into this. I'm just going to play a small part of it, unless you guys want me to play the full version. I can. It's about 8 minutes. I might play the full version. All right, let's go.
I hope you're going to honor how much work I'm doing. I hope you're going to, not kind of like throw this off outside of everything that I've done. I'm an accomplished woman. And I just feel like every time I come to your show, you don't give me those flowers now, And you're 35 years my senior. Wow. Yeah. I should get those flowers from you. I should feel wanted by people like, not just me, all the other young girls. You are wanted by me. I always say that you're very entertaining. And we feel like you be trying us. We feel like you don't be really rooting for us. We feel like, and especially with me, every time I come on your show, you always want to compare me to another broad. I don't need to be compared. I've made my own brand. I've made my own brand for years. I've been out here for the past decade. I got my own show. I franchised my own show to another network. I have the #1 show in the country. I have an actual cabaret show. You have the #1 show on Zeus, and you got renewed for a third season, which is to be commended. The #1 show in the country is what? It's okay. And I just want you to know that, I want you to know how I feel. I want you to know that I feel like every time I come on here,
you feel undervalued. Well, so do I. Okay, that's it. You know what, Joseline, because you're part of pop culture, this is what I do. But if you possibly think that I leave here every day and don't feel undervalued for something that I do, as a woman, we're not going to even talk about race. Just as a woman, I still don't make that dollar for dollar men make. So please, anyway, shoe cam, please. Let me see your shoes. But no, Joseline.
Listen.
Can we just pause it for a second? Let's just pause it for a second, Danielle. Can we just say how beautiful Joseline Hernandez looks?
Yes.
10 years later, she still looks really, really great. The shade.
I'm not it's not to be shady. I just feel like, to your point of 10 years, it's the maturity that we see in her. She's now a mother, because before she dressed ratchet and awful, and I guess because I'm not a trendy style person, so that trendy look just isn't appealing to me. Right now, she looks like a lady and not like she just came off the pole. Not judging those that get on the pole. I wish I had the balls to do it back in the day, but I never did. To your point, yes, she looks beautiful. She looks mature. Her shoe game was on point when she did the shoe cam. I know you didn't show that part. Well, that part didn't come up yet.
She kept on asking her to show her to do the shoe cam, but no, she came out there with a mission, Danielle. She told
the producer that. She was honest about it. She said, "I told your producer," and Wendy was like, "Yes, my producer told me you were yelling." So that's the part I feel like Joseline, where she looks mature, her maturity actions aren't there yet.
I just think, look, we'll examine this. I'm going to play more of the video. For those that are just joining us, we're talking about the Wendy Williams and Joseline Hernandez interview that happened today. Please call in and weigh in on your thoughts. We'll be taking calls in just a second. We're just dissecting this interview so far. So Joseline comes out swinging. She comes out swinging, and I completely didn't expect this. But let's continue.
Money, I own my own show, so you should be doing the same thing. But as a woman to woman, and this is not about men, woman to woman, we should uphold each other higher, not go against each other or compare woman to other women, when every woman out here in the game, especially pop culture, is handling their business and is doing great. It's doing amazing. There's no other girl that came from television I came from the gutter. I came from the streets. I came from the gutter. Give me that respect, Miss Wendy Williams. We love you, but at the same time, you have to do better. You're not in an abusive relationship anymore. You don't deal with that man anymore. You should be in a better place. And when people come on your show, especially Black culture, you should be nicer to us, the ladies. You should respect us. You should give us our flowers while we're here. And you should tell us how proud you are of what we've done in the streets.
Well, I'm not proud of all. And what I've been through makes me even harder on young women. Like, you can do better. Now, can we get back to the show at hand? Can I see your shoes, please?
If that's how you want to do on this one,
yes, that's how I want to do it.
But you have nothing to say about what my fate.
I just said what I said. I don't apologize for anything. This is what I do. Let me see your shoes. Joseline.
But you only do it to the young Black Spanish girls coming up. You don't do it to anybody else.
I don't?
No, you don't. You take it so much differently.
That's not true. Joseline,
that you do for people of color.
Joseline,
it's true.
Here's a flower. Come on. There's a flower. I just gave you flowers.
You should give me more flowers. You should give me more flowers, and you should be real proud that I've accomplished what I accomplished. So Joseline's Cabaret airs every Sunday on the Zeus Network. I'm sure you don't know how to work the streaming app, but it's a streaming show. One of the people in there in the audience could show you, or your producers could show you.
Can we see your shoes, Joseline?
It's another one showing the country.
Joseline.
And I would light my flowers while I'm here, alive. Yeah, I'm not going to let you play me anymore, Miss Wendy, and I'm not going to let anybody on national TV or anybody disrespect me.
Don't just pull the plug. What is going on? Joseline.
I have to pause it there. For those that are just joining us, we are weighing in on this Joseline Hernandez and Wendy Williams interview. We will be talking about Drew Sidora and the Page 6 interview that she did a little bit later on. But I wanted to talk about these hot topics and give you guys an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts. We've posted the link in the chat. We are live on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, Kempire Radio YouTube channel, and we're live on the Kempire on Facebook, the Kempire on Twitch. Shout out to everyone in the chat. So Danielle, She has the #1 TV
No.
show in America.
No. And the crazy part, so I watch Joseline's show. So it comes on We, but it's season 1.
Okay.
So we're like, what I'm watching is back, like, and I'll be honest with I think it's 2 episodes in. It's hard for me to watch because the concept that Joseline's trying to sell to these ladies, and mind you, I'm only on season 1, episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
So this is still very fresh, and it's the beginning of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to convince the ladies at the strip club that if they come do her cabaret, this could help them be financially stable. This could help them get off the stripper pole. This could help them not have pimps anymore. And this can give them financial stability and legacy. That's the other thing she kept screaming about on the show. But when you listen to her talk to them, not in a bad way, but when she's, I guess, giving her quick elevator sales pitch, her thing is, I'm going to teach you all how to seduce a man and how to get more money out of a man without having to do the things you do in a stripper pole. And then I'll take the money, I'll collect the money, and you pay me. So basically, Joseline, you become a madam. You're no different than these women who have pimps. And they talk about the pimps and the men who take care of them on the show. But
they're actively being pimped?
Yes. So there's a thing called the bottom bitch, which is merely like the top girl. And so she's like Joseline's go-to person. She said that I'm not leaving my man because he takes care of me. And Jocelyn's like, but you bring him your money every night when you get off that pole? She was like, yes, because he takes care of me. That's a pimp.
Oh.
And Joseline's response is, instead of you giving your money to him, you can give your money to me and I can take care of you. And you come do this cabaret, you won't have to do that no more. What's the difference?
Oh. I'm see, this is why we're glad we have such a diverse audience, because I have not watched it. I've heard of the show. I know that, it went to We because I remember Danielle telling us that as well. And I'm like, oof.
And that's exactly what the show is. I use the show to put me to sleep. I set the TV timer. I take my little melanin gummies to go to sleep. And I don't even make it probably past 20 minutes. The next morning I have to get up and turn it back on again to see what I missed.
And when you watch what you've missed, is it good?
It's not good.
Oh.
Again, I'm watching season 1. So I'm like, okay, it's Zeus TV. It's season 1. And normally I just like have it on for background noise, just like while you're getting ready in the morning. So that's what it is. And I mean, no,
and it was renewed for a season 3 on Zeus.
Yeah, but it's basically Love and Hip Hop for strippers.
Okay, I mean, it worked for Mona.
Well, I don't know if you saw that show After the Pole or Behind the Pole or
no. That is not that is not my go-to watching.
So there's another lady named
No offense.
There's another lady named Stormy who basically did the same thing, but she was trying to get the young ladies off the pole and come and help them open their own entrepreneurial business, whatever it was.
Oh.
So the concept has been done before with this show.
Okay. But Joseline Hernandez is the Puerto Rican princess and she has more of a name.
But you can tell how scripted the show is. So Joseline Hernandez on this platform has a name for reality TV. The chick Stormy has a name in that multi-level marketing world because she's with that ISOS T stuff.
Oh. Oh, okay.
She's the head honcho for that.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
So why do you think, I mean, I guess Zeus, this is what Zeus does. This is the type of programming that the Zeus network has. And apparently it's working for her because she's getting a 3rd season. She's currently promoting her
because they're still around. They're still contracting people in. They got Ray J and his wife doing shows and it's working. And people actually have subscriptions to Zeus. I can't do it unless it's free.
Oh, damn. Okay. I just want to give a shout out. Thank you, Crystal, for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Okay, let's continue watching this. Thank you, Daniel, for giving us some substance to what we're watching, because a lot of people are probably thinking, what was she on there promoting anyway?
I think she was trying to promote the show, but how she came out the gate was just, and we'll talk, let's finish watching. We'll talk about it.
Okay. And, I just want to give a shout. Thank you, Queen, so much for supporting the show. Queen says this: if you have a bad record, don't consider going to the Wendy show. She will raise the dead up, and that's your job. Sorry, Team Wendy.
I'm Team Wendy too.
Oh, let's watch the rest of it.
Let me tell you, Joseline knew that I felt like this. I told him how I felt.
No, yeah, he told me that you yelled at him the whole time, the producer on the phone. Listen, Joseline, shoe cam, please. Joseline, shoe cam, please. There you go. Delicate and beautiful. Now, what are you wearing now? What kind of costume do you have on? Do you want to stand? And
I actually took off all my costumes. I leave them at the cabaret. I only put my costumes on when I'm performing at the cabaret or when I'm filming the cabaret. So since they were right now, I have a sexy, beautiful dress.
Beautiful. Yeah, any woman could wear that. Perfect. Perfect. No, well, everything is a costume other than the naked body to me. Look, how is your fiance, Ballistic Beats?
He's doing amazing.
Are you guys going to get married?
We are definitely going to get married.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the COVID-19 slowed everything out for everybody, but I would love to get married. And I'm going to do it in national TV. I'm going to let everybody know that all my past relationships were so dramatic, and I'm so happy. I have a great man that I deserve, and he's been so good to me. So I want the whole world
are you going to
celebrate that? To celebrate that.
Are you going to have more children?
You know what? I want another kid. I do.
Nice. Well, Bonnie is only 2, so that's
Bonnie's 4.
Oh, she's 4 now.
Oh, 4, yes.
Wow, beautiful girl. So
it's 4 years.
And Stevie J is her father. And how are you and Stevie getting along?
Well, unless who is that?
Okay. How do you get along? How do you get along with Faith?
I definitely don't know her.
Okay. Well, there was a Twitter feud between you and Faith and Stevie. That's why I asked. I mean, to hear Stevie tell it, everything is fine. To hear Faith tell it, she's unbothered by it all. Like everything is fine. I didn't know you didn't get along.
Let me tell you something, Wendy. I've been in a relationship with a new man for the past 4 years. And I'm sure that because I'm so successful now, everybody that I used to deal with in the past have something negative to say about me. Because one thing about it is I shine so bright like a star.
You do.
Other people are so dull. We don't even know who they are. You do. It's not just your looks. It's also your personality. You've got a very unique way of delivering your message, and you embrace it. And you not more unique than the one you do. Well, that's why I have the #1 show, and you can be #2. Because I just kept the you can have #1. You were here before me. I don't want to take your spot. I just want to do what I do. You want your fair share of the pie, and you're getting it. I appreciate you being here. I apologize that you're so angry with me. I can only be me. I'm not angry. Okay. No, I'm being wrapped up by my floor manager. Now that you're doing TV, you know exactly what that is. They're telling me you got to wrap it up. Okay. Joseline, my Puerto Rican princess, good luck with everything. You really have always been a go-getter with that drive to make it on your own. So I trust that it won't stop. Joseline's Cabaret.
Look. All right. Well, thank you, Joseline. Thank you so much for the content.
Yes.
Because I wasn't planning to go live tonight, but I said, well, here we are. Okay, Danielle. Before we start taking some callers, what were your final thoughts on this? And apparently, there's some Stevie J situation going on. I know I've heard stuff, but look, when I see Joseline Hernandez going back and forth with Stevie J, it's sort of like, okay, here we go.
Right. So sadly, I know the issue.
I'm thankful.
All of us are watching so much more TV now that we're home and everything, and working remotely. I just keep the television on for like background noise as I'm typing and working and stuff. So there's a show on OWN called Behind the Man, I think it is.
Mm.
Behind every man.
Okay.
And Stevie J, they focus on the women behind the men. Faith Evans was the focus, and she's representing behind Stevie J.
Oh.
During that interview, it's an hour-long show each week on OWN.
Mm-hmm.
During that interview, obviously, Joseline comes up because when Stevie J and Faith, air quotations, reconnected, is when he was having the baby with Joseline. The thing was, I don't want to be mixed up in any mess. I saw you guys on TV, yada yada yada. Because remember, Faith and Stevie go way back to Bad Boy days.
Yes.
Stevie was one of Bad Boy's producers.
Yes.
So here it is, and Stevie is also Biggie's and Faith's son's godfather.
Oh,
Like, that's how close they were.
That's weird.
Not him and Faith, but him and Biggie were very close. That he's Little Chris's father, his godfather. Sorry.
That's so strange. I'm just saying because they're married now, and oh, okay.
I guess
things happen.
Things happen, yes. So on that show is where Faith, and she doesn't say anything bad about Joseline. She just brings up that under her impression, Stevie was still with Joseline, and she didn't want to be messed up all in the food with the Joseline. Okay. And that's understandable. Like, you got baby mama drama. I'm not here for it. That's what a respectful lady says. Cool. Well, Joseline goes to Twitter, was like, Faith need to keep my name out of her mouth. Da, 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 da. Like, she just goes off. And it never said anything negative about it. She was just saying from her seat, what she was expecting of Stevie. So that's where the Twitter confrontation came in, because Joseline just went ballistic for no reason. But I feel like wait
before you tell us what you feel like. Do you think it's drugs?
Oh, that's a good one, like coke.
I mean, allegedly. I'm making assumptions. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that just sounds so. Why would you get so upset about that?
I wouldn't put it past her. Let me say that. I wouldn't put it past you. I believe money makes you more of who you already are. And I believe with fame and money comes the next level for some people, not everyone, but I believe the next level of getting high. And I can see that.
Susie says, I think Joseline was trying to promote her show on Zeus. I agree. I felt like she knew she had to have a moment, because they could have just had like a regular interview. But I mean, being on Wendy in itself is a huge feat, especially for someone that's promoting a show on Zeus. And
that's probably why Wendy invited her there to promote, because maybe to her point, her show is #1 on Zeus. And now she's being
how many shows are on Zeus? No shade, Zeus.
And do any of your followers or watchers now, does anyone have Zeus?
Let us know in the comments.
Please. I would love to know.
I've also posted the link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on the hot topics tonight. We're talking about the Wendy Williams and Joseline Hernandez interview. I did take some notes for this 8 minutes. Look, I do what I'm supposed to do.
Wait a minute, let me give you my overall.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Look, I get sidetracked.
So overall, I'm Team Wendy on this one. I feel like Joseline came in hot-headed and very disrespectful, not only because Wendy is her senior in the field, in the industry, as a person. She's older, and you gotta sometimes just bow down and respect your elders. And she came out the gate hot. It's not like Wendy said something initially for her to react.
Yeah.
She came with the intention, and I do believe she was there to promote the show.
Yeah.
And she found a way. She's like, you know what? I'm the Puerto Rican princess. I'm going to go in and I'm going to say this. Like, we know how Joseline is.
But the last time that she was with Wendy and she was actually in the studio, and I wonder if it would have been different if she was actually in the studio.
Absolutely.
She really revered Wendy. So I thought it was so weird. And, Wendy talks about people. We get that. But I don't think she's ever really talked so bad about Joseline Hernandez. Do you?
No, not at all. I mean, Wendy's always, I like Wendy because what she says, she's like, I'm giving you my kitchen girl talk. Like, we sitting in the kitchen just talking about word on the street. And she might make a smirk when she's saying, and it might seem a little judgy, but it's the little shade that she has to throw to keep to continue watching.
I mean, at least she didn't call Joseline filthy and disgusting like she did
getting ready
Candy.
to say just that. She did not say anything about her like she did like Candy. You are absolutely, you took the
Like,
word.
I feel like she gave Candy Candy of all people. I was like, wow, I didn't expect those words. Even though, in defense of Wendy, I think Wendy just didn't know the words of how to describe how she felt about Candy's freedom with her sexuality. I don't think she really meant filthy and disgusting, but that's what came out. I'm just like, ooh. But look, I want to take a couple of other callers. Kayla, I'm going to bring you up. I want to hear your thoughts on this Joseline Hernandez interview. Kayla, what's going on? Kayla, are you there? All right, we're going to have to we'll come back to you, Kayla. Daisha, I know Daisha's there. Daisha, what are your thoughts? Oh, there we
go. Wendy has said some bad things about Joseline in the past. So that's why, Joseline is the type of person that always hover around grudges. And when her moment comes, it's like ammo for her. Like she's like a bomb. But I've seen all of her shows, and not only is her show is on Zeus, but We Entertainment picked her show up as well too. And that's the reason why she's saying her show is #1. But y'all know how she is. She also said that her garbage rap music was #1 as well too, and it wasn't.
And she also said that she was the only one to come from where she came from to be where she is. And
can we say Cardi B?
I mean, that's the first person I thought of.
That's the first person I thought of when she said that. So Puerto Rican princess, because what is Cardi B? Dominican?
Yes, she's Dominican. I think Dominican and Black. I'm not sure.
Sorry, yeah, this Dominican princess, that Dominican princess trumps your Puerto Rican princess right now because she's top of the game from that Love and Hip Hop gutter background that she keeps writing about.
Daisha, any other thoughts on this before we move on to another caller?
If you wasn't a fan of Joseline during Love and Hip Hop, then the Cabaret Show will not be for you. Because if you're filled with all that drama, you like to fight and all that type of stuff, and you like that being on, the nightlife and things of that nature, that's the type of person that Joseline is. That's what she want to bring. She's acting more like a pimp to me than a madam.
Oh,
to be honest.
Wow. Just a reminder for those, we have 106 in the chat. Be sure to like the video. If you're not subscribed, because when we go live, you want to be a part of what we're talking about. We're giving everyone an opportunity to call in tonight and share their thoughts on this Wendy Williams versus Joseline Hernandez story. And we're going to be talking about Drew Sidora and her defending her costume and comments that she made at the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. I'm going to take a couple of other callers. I'm just going to bring you down, Daisha. Let's see. Justin, what's going on? What are your thoughts on this Joseline Hernandez story?
Oh my God. Let me tell you, when I saw that air this morning, I was like, what's going on? I instantly thought, I was like, this is like a 2.0 version of Omarosa and Wendy.
Whew.
I was like, what is going on? But to be honest with you,
Justin, you're going in and out.
We said it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Perfect.
Okay, so this has always been Wendy. Wendy has always, she's made a career about talking about what goes on in Hollywood with all these famous people, and so Wendy, I don't think Wendy needed to apologize. Wendy didn't apologize, and to be honest with you, this was kind of so out of, it was everybody, it caught everybody off guard. And to be honest with you, this was maybe, like everybody has been saying, to promote Joseline's cabaret show, and she needed to add a little spice to it and to kind of, get on TV and stir the pot and she got exactly what she wanted, because at the end of the interview, Wendy was like, make sure to catch Joseline's show on Zeus.
She really did. And here we are all talking about it. Everyone's talking about it.
I have a question. I wonder if Wendy knew that Joseline was going to come hot-headed, especially since Joseline was hot-headed with the producer, and the producer told her, hey, she's already. I wonder if Wendy was like, okay, fine, it's just Joseline. Let's give her moment so she can promote her show. I wonder if it was like kind of staged or planned.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because you know Wendy said it. She was like, you know, like my producer told me that, you know, you were yelling at him the whole entire time, and so I'm pretty sure Wendy knew, but Wendy did. She just wanted to keep things professional and not. From what I saw this morning, I'm pretty sure Wendy just wanted to keep, you know, she wanted to keep everything professional and just try and move on with the interview. But from what we saw, that's not what happened, because Joseline came in hot and she didn't want to stop at all.
I have to say Wendy handled it very well. Even if she wasn't 100% prepared for what Joseline was going to say, I have to say she handled it pretty well. That's someone that's been doing this for a very long time. So for all of us that are trying to do what Wendy does, we can learn a lot from a hostile interviewee. Justin, any other thoughts before I let you go?
And I'm Team Wendy. I'm Team Wendy all the way.
Apparently, everyone's Team Wendy. Is anyone Team Joseline Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess? Oh, look, I want to take
I'm nervous. Oh,
National Wendy Day.
Well, I have mixed feelings. Hello, everyone.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Disclaimer: I never watched Love and Hip Hop or Zeus or anything. At first I was like, she had valid points, but I didn't know what she did. Like, thanks for the information, Danielle.
Yeah.
So what I think, you know, it's not only her like is getting clicks now. Wendy also. Wendy wasn't born yesterday. I think it was planned. Because if I were Wendy, the way Wendy is, someone coming to disrespect me, I will keep giving her the platform. I would say bye.
But you know, at one point, Wendy seemed as if she was like, why are we letting this continue? Like, what is happening here?
I think because she got tired. Even if it were planned, I think she was getting tired of it. And she was getting tired because Joseline hit some low blows. She was like, you're no longer married to that man anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That was very disrespectful.
5 years, my senior.
Like 35 years. I was like, is it really 35 years you're a senior?
That part trying to be bad. That part, I mean, that was a truth. And even though Wendy's divorce was a truth too, that was more personal. And I just thought that was a little disrespectful.
You thought that part was more disrespectful? She said you got out of that abusive relationship.
That's what Joseline talking about Wendy's past relationship, past marriage, whatever you want to call it. That's the part I'm talking about was disrespectful.
Okay, yes, that definitely was the part.
This is why I'm shocked, Wendy.
All right, I want to take a couple more calls because we have quite a few people in the studio that want to sound off. Stay on the line because I know you have a lot to say about Drew Sidora. Don't go anywhere, okay, Miss National Wendy. You might have to change your name in a second. Just saying. All right, I'm gonna bring up Truly Bree. Truly Bree, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can. So I wanted to talk about Drew too.
Oh, okay. Well, stay on the line. I'll bring you back up. Just make sure you just check your sound. Maybe you have to go out and come back. All right. Kayla. I'm going to bring you up. Kayla.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
I just have a few thoughts on Joseline. Joseline is very good for television. I do think she's very good for television, but I do think that she kind of came off at Wendy the wrong way. And, you know, Wendy has that personality. They kind of, you know, clicked or whatever. But Joseline, to me, is very good for television. She's always make it. She's always going to be a superstar. I see her going very far. So even attitude and everything she has, Joseline is going to go far because it's good for TV.
Wow. So do you see her moving away from Zeus and doing bigger things? Like what kind of bigger things do you see Joseline Hernandez doing?
I honestly think when she's done with Zeus, I think they'll probably put her back on VH1 because people have to realize Joseline has this attitude, but the people love her. Like even Wendy knows that. Like everybody loves
Even Wendy
Joseline.
loves her.
Yeah. She's great.
I like her. Even after the interview, I'm like, I didn't hate Joseline because I feel like she was reiterating what a lot of other people say in the comments that I see all the time. So I didn't think it was necessarily as bad as we think. If anything, we're talking about it.
Yeah. Joseline is great for television. Like I said, she has her, moments or whatever where she comes off the wrong way and she belittles people, but she's great for television.
Wow. Any other thoughts, Caleb? Because we have quite a few people calling in tonight. I love it.
No, that's it.
Well, stay on the line because we do have another hot topic that I want to get into.
Okay.
All right. I love you guys for calling in. For the 140 people that are watching, be sure to like this video. We go live when we have breaking news like this one and when we're doing some reality TV recaps. I'm here with my girl, Danielle. Oh, we have 153 people in the room. First of all, I just want to say thank you to my supporters. Shout out to Miriam, because we have reached 6,000 subscribers on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. So shout out to you guys. We have, I think, 3,000 and something on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel as well. So like Miriam likes to say, I want to thank my supporters. Let's take a couple of more callers, and then we're going to jump into this Drew Sidora conversation because, look, it is what it is. Truly, Bree, you're back. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, but can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Okay, weigh in on this whole Joseline Hernandez situation.
I feel like it wasn't that smart to do. Like, why would you have a platform? Why would you act a fool? Because no other talk show ever puts Joseline on. Like, I've never seen her on The Talk, The View. She doesn't fit the demographic when it comes to talk shows, so why act that way?
Very good point. Very good point. What do you think she should have done in this particular, being that she felt that she had some sort of personal gripe against Wendy, how do you think she should have handled it instead of the way that she did?
She could have just thrown shade at her, just like everyone else does. Like, when Kenya's gone on there, like Kenya Moore, when she's been on there, Wendy has told her mom did not want her. Like, and she threw the shade right back.
Well, look, Truly Bree, stay on the line. I got a couple more people I want to bring up before we jump into the next hot topic, okay?
Okay.
All right, Jess, I'm going to bring you up. Jess, what are your thoughts on this Wendy Williams and Joseline Hernandez fight that we had on TV?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just feel like Joseline and Cardi are a little compared because they can get away with doing so much on television that Black people or Black women, let me say, wouldn't be praised for. Like Cardi B busting it wide open, pregnant on her tour. I think she did a show or something when she was pregnant with Culture. Like nobody said nothing about it. No, like they had it on the news, I think. If you remember.
I vaguely remember that.
Oh, well, yeah. The stuff that Joseline and, Puerto Rican, Dominican, or, other girls do that I feel like Black women wouldn't get away with in society and be counseled for it.
Okay. All right. Well, just thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts. We got quite a few callers tonight. I want to get everyone in. Anything else before we let you go?
I'm gonna stay on because I want to talk about Drew.
Oh, okay. stay backstage. All right. I want to bring up my girl Shantae. Shantae, did you see the interview with Joseline Hernandez and Wendy Williams?
Yes, I did. And somebody had posted it elsewhere where I go on to, and they said, this interview went left. And I'm like, oh, shoot. And that was hardly left. I mean, because compared to how we know Joseline when she really wants to go off, And she didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know, she kept saying, I want my flowers, I want my flowers. And I'm like, girl, flowers for what? You know, and Wendy seems to enjoy Joseline. So,
yeah. I didn't
you know, like,
expect her to do that on this particular show. Maybe somewhere else.
right. Or at least kind of like really just like really throw some mad shade. And she didn't do any of that. The whole thing was just kind of, I was focused on whether or not Wendy had some other fillers because her face didn't look the same to me. That's what I was focused on.
She looked very full, right? I mean, ever since she came back from that vacation, she looks very full. So I don't know. I don't know what it is.
But I mean, you know, that I was because of how I've known Joseline to go off, I was expecting more. And it just, you know, that wasn't it. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. So you know what? I think it's perfect timing to move into another hot topic. But I want to say thank you to Grandma Scary. You're not that scary. Thank you so much for the super chat. I want to talk a little bit about this Drew Sidora story. Okay, so she did an interview with Page Six. And as you know, we've talked about the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, ladies. And we were talking about the specific scene. Yesterday, we talked about Candy saying when they were addressing the whole Kenya wearing the Native American costume, there was a lot that was cut out. But what we did see was Drew Sidora saying that, you know, it's a part of her heritage. The picture that was out there was, you know, a family event. But then a lot of people were saying, no, you're lying, Drew. This is the photo that we're talking about. And let me pull up this photo so that you guys can see what I'm talking about.
You gotta pull up both photos, though.
Oh, I will. Calm down, Danielle. Are you in real defense of your girl, Drew? All right.
No, I'm gonna speak my piece, but
I
think people are so focused on this picture that no one ever looks for the other picture.
Oh no, and the video that I posted today. The video I posted today does have both pictures.
And that's the first time I've seen the picture that Drew's referring to. I've always seen this one throughout social media. Your video today is the first time I ever saw the actual picture that she's talking about.
Thank you, Tanya. I try to be a serious journalist. Oh God. Oh no, but in all fairness, so she did this interview with Page Six, and this is what she said in regards to the whole her heritage and things like that. Because as I said before, she was being called out on social media for lying. Everyone was, you know, people were saying Drew's lying. Even in our chat, people were saying she's lying. No. And I was like, oh, wait, guys, I don't have all the evidence in front of me. Now I have all the evidence in front of me. But this is what she said to Page Six. She says, in this climate of addressing diversity, I'm happy to put a spotlight on my indigenous background from my maternal side of the family. She went on to say, according to my mother, I'm going to probably mispronounce this. I apologize in advance to my Native American brothers and sisters. I'm a part of the Choctaw Native American tribe, and my great-grandparents grew up and lived in Coushatta, Louisiana, all their lives. She also added, in fact, in 2011, my family returned to our family roots, Coushatta, Louisiana, for a family reunion and celebration in which the theme was, our branches stretch wide, but our roots go deep. Damn. During this time, I inherited an authentic tribal garment and wore it to our family celebration. So a lot of people were saying, well, that's not the garment that we were talking about. We're talking about the garment that you wore in this particular photo that I currently have up. But if you look at both pictures, which I'm going to show now as Exhibit B, like this is court, y'all. Okay, Exhibit B, it's the same outfit. And this is what she's saying is something that she's worn multiple times. She went on to say, hold on, let me just get my notes here. Because you may recall in the conversation that they were having on the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, Kenya was saying, and she retweeted this the night of, saying that, does this look like a family celebration? Drew is weird and obvious pathological liar. She dressed up as an Indian for Halloween. I unfortunately dressed as a Native American, for which I apologize. Cultural appropriation is wrong, period. But we're going to get to look, I know, I'm not even looking at the chat right now. 10 years ago, this is what Drew is saying. 10 years ago, I wore a tribal garment to a party with my sister as a proud member of my indigenous people. It was never my intent to be insensitive to my ancestral roots, but merely my way of displaying and honoring a culture that runs deep within my DNA. But and this is something that I addressed in my video covering the story, she did not address the bindi on her forehead. That's not Native American. That's South Asian. That's Indian. So look, okay. All right. I'm going to go to, because I know Danielle got a lot to say. Shantae, thoughts on this whole topic?
I guess for me, I wouldn't say she's lying. I would just probably more say that outfit or that costume was not appropriate to wear for Halloween as it's appropriate to wear at a family celebration or ceremony of your heritage. So it's more so where was it appropriate to wear the outfit? So much it's just not so much saying, oh, she's lying.
Yeah. Danielle?
Okay. So when I saw the two pictures side by side, the first thing that came to my mind, and I guess I'm trying to think, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm thinking, okay, she went to the family event, already had this, I'm going to just say costume or this outfit in her closet. The Halloween party came up. Oh, it could have been last minute. It could have not been last minute. It could have been whatever. And she just decided, oh, you know what? I already have this in my closet. I can wear this to the Halloween party. Now, I wasn't upset that Kenya wore her outfit. And maybe I'm deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, but I guess I'm still old school in the words of sticks and stones may break your bones and all that other stuff. And I'm still team diehard Redskins as opposed to the Washington football team.
Oh,
that's just
look. Oh,
I don't, because and I said this the other night. I recognize I am a little older, and I'm kind of set in my ways. I grew up watching the YMCA guys, and he wore that hairdress, and no one had any problem with it. And people have worn cowboy and Indian costumes for years, and there's never been any problem with it. I just feel like sometimes we just make a mountain out of a molehill, and I'm not trying to knock people's feelings, but there's so many other things that we could be pressing the issue about, that these little things that happened 10 years ago. And that's the other thing I hate about the internet. It holds everything, and people try to dig back to find stuff to prove a point, to throw you down, to beat you up. Like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. I don't see the big deal about it. Okay, so we got Kenya. So Kenya came back to prove her point. Now, the back and forth of it all, just say your apologies and be over it. And I don't like the fact that Kenya keeps retweeting it and keep making it a big deal. And it's not, and I guess because I didn't think that Kenya's thing, I didn't see when they showed that clip of Kenya walking in a costume party, I actually thought Kenya's costume looked the best. Not as far as the makeup standpoint, because everyone else had flawless makeup with the lizard, and some of the ladies went all out. But me giving, and y'all know I'm not team Kenya. Me giving Kenya the benefit of the doubt, I literally thought, well, maybe she decided to go at the last minute, so she just grabbed something real quick, and this is what she decided to put on. I never took it as though she was trying to be insensitive, or it was a Halloween party. And like a caller said I don't know if it was last night's show or Sunday night, the party was whack. It was no guys there. It was at Fallon's house. It was a house party with nothing to do. So basically go all out for a whole costume when it was. So what I do want to point out, what I need to know, I need some timestamps to prove my point. Because in the picture with the family, you see her mom, you see her holding up a baby boy.
Let me show exhibit B. Hold on. Let me do that. Here we go.
Okay. Whose baby boy is that? Is that, if that's her, because she has two boys, I need to know which one that is.
Why?
And then I need to know when was the Halloween party. Because if she's saying she got this from her family, this is a genuine, authentic outfit, yada, yada, yada. So that means the Halloween picture should have come after this. Now, if the Halloween picture came before this, then we can crucify her.
I mean, look, she apologized if people were offended. Look, I understand a few years ago, it was socially acceptable, even though the Native American, community would have said it wasn't acceptable back then, but y'all weren't listening to us. But the fact that we know now that they do not like for people to disrespect what they consider part of their culture and their tradition, shouldn't we respect that now? Like we've been talking about this for a few years now.
Okay,
True.
I have a question about that.
Mm-hmm. And look, and I am not speaking for indigenous people.
No,
even though I got like 1/8, I think they said. I got to look at my 23andMe.
I get it. So here's my thing: when people say it's disrespectful, I don't know if you guys remember the Agusi and Fufu challenge that was all over TikTok. And then African people came, was like, "Oh, this is disrespectful. You're disrespecting our culture because you're tasting our food." I don't look at it as disrespect. I look at it as an honor. Like,
right.
Imitation sometimes is the biggest compliment.
Tasting the food?
That's what people were saying on TikTok. This is so disrespectful. You're tasting our food. You're knocking our head. Like they were just. It was food. It was a trend. It became a trend to go to find an African restaurant and taste egusi and fufu, and then I would go in because I love egusi and fufu. I have a girlfriend who married an African and he can cook it, and I've loved it for the last 20 years that I've known her.
You know how many, especially being here in New York, you know how many business owners would be upset about that because they're like, no, we want everyone to come and buy our food. So I don't know about that. And look, and in this particular situation, I think we're comparing apples and oranges, though.
No, but another thing is, my point is the fact that I think that people take it too far, meaning if I'm tasting your food or I'm trying your culture, maybe I'm trying to educate myself. I'm opening my horizons and educating myself. So if I go get your Indian outfit or Native American outfit, I've obviously done some kind of research, Google or something, and I've tried to educate myself on more about it. I'm just trying to give people the benefit of the doubt that it's not always so negative.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
But another
but
thing
aren't you just
Wait, whoa. Moderator here.
I'm sorry.
Shante will go, and then she lied to her cat wig and go.
So another thing real quick, though, I think some Housewives fans are getting just a little pick and choose, because I didn't remember hearing people say the same thing about Karen Huger from Potomac when she had her party, when she had her and Ray moved into that new house. Everybody was talking about Monique and her outfit, even though it was the wrong outfit. But Karen was dressed in the proper garb, but it was still somewhat cultural appropriation. Unless now Karen is going to come back and say she's got some South Asian in her, because she had on South Asian dress.
Remember, Monique wore a Native American outfit to that too, because
which was the wrong. Yes. So they were both culturally appropriating, but nobody said anything about Karen and the other people who were dressed South Asian.
Well, now they will. Thanks a lot, Shante. All right, I want to give an opportunity to Team Captain Team Twirl. I know she has a lot to say. Miriam, how are you?
Well, finally, not well.
Hey, Miriam.
First of all, if you're going to give Drew the benefit of a doubt, why aren't we granting the same thing to Kenya? That's one thing. Second, Drew, she is taking a bullet for Portia. Shut up. As soon as Kenya pointed out that you posted the picture of your sister wearing this, she did the smart thing and she shut up. Meanwhile, Drew, she's saying, because she is kissing up her you-know-what of Portia, I will take over this. Nobody will ever mention your name. This is what Drew is doing. And it's obvious by now that Drew, she's the one who leaked everything to Page 6, even the Bolo situation.
I don't believe it.
It seems like the way she behaved that party, it's like she wanted to be controversial. Listen, cultural appropriation was wrong then, and it's wrong till today. And what they needed to do, they needed to, again, just like Portia needed to rise above everything because of Black Lives Matter and include Kenya in the PSAs and everything, they needed to rise above it and accept a woman when she's apologizing. Talk what you want to talk about Kenya, but what she can't take the heat.
But if she was so sincere with her,
Danielle, let her finish.
No, wait a second. Wait a second, Danielle. I get it. Like I'm really here. I'm not blindly like defending Kenya, although some might think so. For me, it's like this is total double standard. Kenya was apologizing. give her the benefit of the doubt when she's apologizing. Don't point a finger to her when you know you have worn the same thing. Nobody in a million years would have thought that Drew has worn the same thing multiple times. And the fact that she has in her DNA, I don't care. This is another Kelly Dodd situation. What I care is about the visual. And if you're judging others, so you know what? You shouldn't have done the same thing. But
So
someone dug that. Someone must have dug that and sent it to Kenya. So now we are going to blame Kenya for bringing that 10 years, what happened 10 years ago. But Kenya brought that up because they were being hypocrites. That was the whole point.
Okay,
Both
so can
of
I
them
ask
were
you a
being
question?
hypocrites. Yeah, one more thing that I forgot to say yesterday. It's like in the confession, it wasn't only in the reunion that they came after her. In the confessionals, both of them, Portia and Drew, both of them went after her. And it's like they have the support of Bravo to put the bullseye behind Kenya's back. Kenya is the villain. Kenya is culturally appropriating. Kenya is after her business. And Kenya with Bolo. And Kenya is questioning Black Lives Matter. How much more do you want to go after this woman? And she can defend herself? She should defend herself because both of them are being hypocrites. And Drew is taking the bullet for Portia because now nobody's mentioning Portia. The one that on camera in front of her mom was saying she was busting it open. The more she knew about the bank account of Dennis, please impregnate me. Come on. She's like Joseline.
All right, let's focus, people. I want to take a couple callers though.
Can I ask a question though? I just got a question. Because I'm not knocking Kenya. I never knocked Kenya. I'm not even upset that Kenya wore the outfit. And I'm not accepting Kenya's apology. My thing with what you just said, Miriam, you said that Portia sat back and shut up, which is what she was supposed to do. Because all Portia did was retweet a picture of her sister wearing the outfit. So Portia recognized that she was wrong and she shut up. Cool. Now why? So wait, my point is this. Why is Kenya still retweeting the stuff today though? Like, stop talking about it. You apologize. You recognize you were wrong. You talked about it on the show. Just leave it alone. Like, why doesn't Kenya, at this point, I'm like, Kenya's too much older and too much mature. She could let Drew sit there and just bark like a chihuahua and she doesn't have to say anything. But Kenya put out another tweet today.
Wait, Miriam, unmute yourself.
She should. She needs to defend herself. Come on, because Drew did not stop. Drew gave a half-ass apology after a whole spiel about justifying why she wore the same outfit that she judged Kenya on. She gave a half-ass apology. She was if I heard. It's not if. But then again, she was guns blazing on Kenya. Kenya needs to. She says, don't come for me unless I come for you. You came for me. She's like Drew. She wants to dish, but she can take the heat. And then she starts crying crocodile tears. My point is, just like Portia, Drew should have shut up at the reunion because they had a lot to say in the confessionals.
All right, I want to take some other callers, guys. I want to take some other callers. Let me just give some people an opportunity to weigh in. Truly Bree is here. I want to hear what Truly Bree.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I hear us in the background.
Mute her YouTube. Just to mute her YouTube.
To weigh in. Okay, Truly Bree, get that together in the background. I'll bring you back up. Keisha, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Keisha?
Hello, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. What's going on? What's your thought on this whole Kenya and Drew Sidora situation?
I feel like I don't know if you guys remember the episode when Drew was speaking to her mother. I don't know if they're around the kitchen table or dining room table or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they're talking about how her mom really doesn't know who she is because her mom was adopted.
Yes.
You remember that episode, right? Because I'm like, everyone doesn't seem to remember it. So how can you celebrate being Native if you don't really know who you are, your background and who you are? Because her mom wasn't interested in knowing her background.
That leads a really interesting question because I saw someone commented under my video talking about being adopted. If you're adopted, but you grew up in a family that is Native American or indigenous, isn't that a part of your history too? Even if it's not necessarily your blood history, that's your family.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right with that. But I find it like in the pictures that she's shown, you don't really see anybody that looks the part.
Well, I mean,
so it just seemed kind of odd to me.
That could be a lot of people that are Native American that you might look at and not necessarily know. But Keisha, I'm so glad you brought that up, because that is such an important fact that, you know, a lot of people were commenting on my video today saying that, you know, how does, you know, Drew's mom even know her heritage if she was adopted? And then someone else commented, and like I said, you know, even if she was adopted and she grew up with that culture, she can identify with that culture if that's the way she grew up.
Because people were attacking Kenya, saying, "Oh, you were on a reserve."
Wait, one at a time. Let Keisha finish her thought.
People were talking about, "Oh, Kenya, you never lived on a reserve. You never did this, you know." But it's the same thing with Drew. So why was it okay for Drew and her family to celebrate that, but it wasn't okay for?
Well,
and Kenya said that she was half Native or whatever.
Look, I said this before when we talked about Kenya wearing her costume. Kenya wore the costume incorrectly. If she truly knew her heritage, then she would know that women don't wear that headdress. That's where Kenya got me. I couldn't defend Kenya because I was like, girl, then if that was really your heritage, then you would know that. If you really had done your homework, you would have known that.
That's true.
But Keisha, any other thoughts before we take another caller?
I just wish that Kenya and Portia can get it together, because I feel like we would have a better show. Like when they were together, when they had the babies and everything, it was so refreshing to watch. Like, I'm like, okay, I see something here, like, you know. And then the moment it's like, oh man, like this all over again. Like, I think they need to just like get over it and just.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah, you don't have to be the best of friends, but come on, like get it together where you guys are not always at each other. It's just not. It's just not it.
One of the things that I see a lot of people saying in regards to Portia, especially in this reunion, she's just not involving herself. And even in the season, she just would not. Look, you're on a reality show. I know you don't want to necessarily fight with Kenya, but you still have to show up and do something. I'm kind of bored with Portia this season. We really didn't get a lot besides the whole Bolo situation. And like I said before, I'm not team anybody, but at least with Nene, when Nene would give you something, and she wasn't giving us anything, even in this reunion. Did you think that as well?
Yes, right. I did. I did.
Keisha, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you calling in and supporting and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to bring some other people. Lynn, I'm going to bring you up. Just please make sure that all your tabs are closed, please. Lynn, what's going on?
Hi, Kempy. How are you? Hi.
Oh, Kempy.
Sorry, I didn't just saw Kempire. I said Kempy looks cute.
That's no, that's fine. You know, my family calls me Kempy, so I was like, wait, do I know you?
Probably.
Uh-oh.
But no, like, for the show, the ladies, the episodes have been trash this season. I think since Nene has been gone, they're trying to revamp it and try to do all these little things to give hype to the show. So this little tit for tat that's going on with the ladies, they just need ratings. I don't even really think this is real. I mean, it's just crap. Look at it, really. This is what they have to complain about. The new villain is Kenya. So it's not Kenya and Nene. You know what I mean? So look at this. Let's be real here. I mean, that's just my thought on it. I'm like, this is come on now. And her sister was her sidekick for a while. So now she's trying to get an apple. Ooh. They trying to make some moves here. Like it's like they're trying to give her an apple before they give it to what's the other one's name? Oh my goodness, I can't think right now. The one that was Nene's sidekick too for a minute. Oh gosh. With the nephews.
Marlo.
No, with the nephews.
Oh, Marlo Hands.
Marlo, yes. I would rather Marlo than the sister on the side. Like, come on now. This is all for ratings. They just need to really apologize to Nene or whatever. Bring her back, because this show is so tired and boring right now without her. Like, for real. Let's be realistic.
TW wants to know what you mean by apple. Don't you mean peach?
Yeah, I got confused.
But no, that's my thought on it.
I thought it was like, wow, we talking about the Real Housewives of New York? But no. Lynn, thank you so much for calling. Any other thoughts before I let you go?
Oh, no. I love it. You doing your thing, boy. I love it.
Thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate the support. We got 269 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it. If you haven't followed, be sure to follow as well. Also, we posted a couple of new videos today. And I did a really great collaboration with Femme Tarot. If you don't know who she is, go to her YouTube channel. We did a tarot reading for your girl, Kenya Moore. Really interesting things came out of that. Captain Team Twirl, have you seen the video?
I didn't watch it all. I keep like getting distracted, then I go back. But
I thought we did that for you.
Stuff. I know, but I have to pay my bills. I have my.
I know that's right, girl. Look, I am being facetious. I'm being facetious.
You know, Drew leaves us with more questions. Instead of getting to know her, all we got to know her for sure is that she lies. And, you know, now it's all about damage control, and she's taking the heat for Portia because both of them did the same thing in the confessional and in the reunion. But for somehow, just like they didn't do their homework to know who did their dresses, they didn't do their homework knowing that Kenya would have that information and throw right back at them. I wish they would go over, but this is the thing. Kenya tried to be friendly with Portia, but Portia, she has a grandizer complex in her. She doesn't even want Portia to like Kenya to say her name. She feels like she's up here and everybody's down there.
She's completely disconnected in part one. I was actually very surprised. She was very disconnected in part one, like she was bored.
She was bored. She feels like she's better than them all, and I think in her head she thinks that Bravo chat room is the #1 show. That's what I think she thinks. But then again, you know, and she's not smart. If she was smart, she would have went to Candy's speak on it. And it would have blown up.
Candy did invite her. Candy did invite her.
Yeah, she invited all of them.
Yes, I want to hear CW. CW posted this comment in the comment section. Who was worse, Drew or Wendy from the Real Housewives of Potomac? Well, CW, how about you answer your own question? What did you think?
I'm sorry. I still think it's Wendy. Wendy was worse.
Really?
I'm sorry because Drew's an actress and she didn't know how to be reality TV. She should have warmed up to Kenya instead of Portia to learn and get some coaching. But Wendy just came, like, that was the real Wendy, like, for real. I don't think that really was the real Drew. I think, like everyone says, to your sentiment, Captain Twirl, she was trying to be under Portia because she's the popular girl for now. And she felt as though that's what she had to do. Wendy was worse. I'm sorry.
Really?
I do.
Yeah, I think so. What do you think?
I don't know. Honestly, to be honest with you, I don't think that that Drew was better than Wendy. I feel like Wendy had potential. I think Wendy is not giving us her full story because I do think a lot more is going on with that husband and that alleged cursed tribe.
And those finances.
And those finances. Thanks, Danielle. But I still feel like Wendy came out swinging, but not so much where people were turned off by her. I think people were turned off by her 4 degrees comments all the time.
But no, she look who she linked up with.
Yeah.
To your point, she linked up with Candace. Like, come on now, they weren't even real friends. Just like Drew hooked up with Portia. Now, I don't really do Portia, but she is not as bad as Candace. Come on now.
I think they're both 2 sides of the same coin.
That's
what I would say.
But
both of them are very judgy. Both of them are very judgy. Both
they have an
elitist
attitude.
They think that they're better than everybody else.
I agree.
So they're both 2 sides of the same coin. One trying but this is what Wendy uses is her degrees and her education. That is her core. Meanwhile, Drew, faith. She's she's the priestess of them. Please, both of them, they pick, they have different topics to think that they're better than others. But if you do the projection, they go along the same lines. So I feel like both of them are the same. I can't pick one worse than the other.
Well, to my last point, I know other people have to come on.
Yeah, we have quite a few people backstage.
To the adoption point, The only thing why I question, because I put that in your earlier video under the comments, is that she said her mom was adopted. Her mom was very like adamant about not knowing her maternal side. But what caught me was when Drew explained it as a heritage. Like when you study your heritage, you actually know the lining or you came from. That's what Kenya was trying to explain, saying that her aunties and other family members knew that they had heritage of being Native American, but she still went the wrong way. That was on the wrong road. But Drew kept saying heritage, and I just questioned that. Her mother on the show told her, and it's not the first time that they had this talk. But her mom seemed
I thought she meant black heritage.
Drew,
Didn't she black heritage?
I think Drew was saying Native American heritage the way she.
Well, in this interview, she was saying Native American heritage.
Yeah, but I see
this interview.
Captain Team Twirl. I see what you're saying, Tora. I'm sorry. I think you're saying that when she was talking to her mother on this show, her mom shut it down all the way. Like, and she told her, she said, "You can do it, but I know I have my adopted family, because they chose me." So that's only the points I wanted to make. Thank you for having me, Kempire.
CW, thank you so much for calling in. Please call in again.
Yes, bye-bye.
All right, we have a couple more people I want to take. Agnes, I want to add you to the stream. Just make sure all your stuff in the background are closed.
Hi, can you hear me? Do you hear something?
Testing. Okay, perfect, Agnes. What are your thoughts on this whole Drew Sidora and Kenya story, or anything you want to talk about?
I want to touch on what Danielle said regarding the TikTok Agosi and Fufu.
Yes.
I feel like that challenge wasn't representing Africa in the light way, or like in the good way, because some TikTokers try to make fun of it. So you're trying the food and then you feel like it's disgusting, you end up like throwing. So it wasn't representative. So if you really want to try a culture or you want to taste something, just do it, but don't make it fun. I feel like that's where the issue was coming from.
Okay.
The second thing is Drew. Drew is she's such a liar, and she likes to deflect. When Kenya told her about her representing herself, to represent herself as an Indian, she knew that Kenya meant India from South Asia, not Indian as a Native American. So she tried to deflect, but I mean, we see what she is. She's just a liar, and she just wants to deflect. But we know that the hashtag was Halloween. Even if she has some Native heritage, and she celebrated with her family, that's okay. That's nice. We are mainly talking about that specific picture with a dot on her forehead. Even if she wore the same garment, that's okay. But that dot on her forehead, she was clearly representing herself as an Indian.
No.
So I just feel like she just wants to come for Kenya so that she can have some camera time. I feel like I'm biased at this time, but it's just it's crazy. I just hope that Kenya and Portia would get along, because the beef is not that serious. It was never that serious from season 12 when Kenya mentioned Portia's name regarding Shamia's stories. So it's never like, it was never a big deal. So I feel like they should just come to like a better understanding, a better place, so that we can enjoy the show, because this season was just trash.
Agreed. Agnes, thank you so much for calling in and clearing up that TikTok situation and sharing your point of view. We appreciate you.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I Googled this before I said it. No one remembers when Kenya tweeted, when that episode originally aired. And once again, I don't even care that she wore the outfit, but when that episode aired, before she put that apology out, I guess people were already tweeting and already on social media saying how she was wrong. Kenya came on Twitter and said, also my heritage, hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta. Then I guess when Bravo came to her, she deleted that tweet. That tells me that Kenya might not be being fully honest either. Because
we talked about that on here, and I know I definitely pointed that out, and this is what I said in regards to that as well. I felt like her apology was to me at the time inauthentic because you came and said originally it's part of your heritage and now you're apologizing for your heritage. But look, it is what it is. Maybe
can I add
I
something
agree.
as well?
wait, can I finish what I'm saying?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. That was to everyone, not just you, Agnes. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, if that is truly her heritage, I wish she would have just owned that. But she also spoke with Native American organizations, and maybe they taught her, even though it's her heritage, she was wearing that headdress incorrectly. So if this is your heritage, you should know how to celebrate your heritage in a positive and respectful way. Agnes, go ahead. What you were going to say?
Yeah, because I remember that tweet as well. Kenya thought that she was doing something good because she clearly said, "This is my heritage," until someone pointed to her and she started educating herself that even if it's your heritage, you're not supposed to do it. I felt like that's where she came to her senses and say, "Okay, I was wrong." Because in the beginning, she thought it was just okay because you have, I don't know how many percentage of Indian blood, then you feel like it's okay to wear it. I feel like she didn't understand, and she was being kind of also rude about it until she started educating herself. But I feel like what matters now is for her to take accountability and say, "Okay, I was wrong, and I apologize. I made a mistake, and I will never do it again." Instead of just deflecting, like Drew, she can just come now and say regarding that second picture, sorry, of my sister, that was a mistake. It should have never happened. And even though I have some, a Native American blood, but with that picture, I apologize, and we'll forget about it. We're not even going to talk about it anymore.
Definitely.
I feel like the fact that she's not acknowledging that picture, that's what
And what is
we
Bravo's
keep
fault
talking
in
about
here?
it.
A cool cat said this. Kenya did the work, and they would have heard and learned if they were not trying to be center of attention during the time to talk on the reunion. I mean, I have to say she did. And who knows? Was that Bravo telling her to do the work? We see this all the time. But at the same time, at least she did it. At least she did it, and she spoke about it.
Bravo.
Oh, and this is not Bravo, so don't be throwing Bravo's name around here. All right, I want to take some more callers. Thank you, Agnes, for calling in.
Thank you for having me.
Of
Bye-bye.
course. Please call in again. I want to take some more callers because we have quite a few people, record numbers. But before we do that, we have 48 people in the chat room. Like this video. I believe we're at, I don't know where we're at in regards to like this video. It helps the algorithm. If you believe in the channel, you support the channel, and you support the conversation, no matter what side you're on, be sure to like this video. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when we have breaking news, when we go live, or when we upload. I upload on a daily basis here on the channel. So if you want daily content in regards to hot topics and music entertainment and reality TV recaps, again, be sure to follow us here. I have a few people in the backstage that I want to just bring up that I'm sure have things that they want to say. Florence, I'm going to bring you up. Just please make sure that all your tabs are closed. Florence, what's going on?
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
This is in the picture.
Oh, she loves the dress.
I said, I'm loving those dresses that are in your profile picture.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've been, thank you, Kempire, for what you've been doing. I've been watching you for quite a long time now.
Thank you
And
so much.
Miriam, hi, Miriam.
Miriam, you got a fan club.
Hi, I love her. She's entertaining. Okay. So my take on all of this cultural appropriation is that, as you guys can see my picture, I'm from Africa, West Africa to be precise. And since me being in America and what I've seen with Black people in America, it's that a lot of people, let's say like Chinese, Indian, Japanese, whatever, they do not want Black people to mingle with them when it comes to their culture. They always have certain rules when it comes to Black people, even the whites. Because to me, when I came to this country, if a Black man and a white woman have a baby, the baby is Black. They call the baby, you're Black. Why is that? You see? And why is it the baby white? Why don't you guys say, oh, this is a white baby? Because at the end of the day, their skin color, it's lighter, I just feel like where I'm from in my country, we have 150 tribes, 150 language in one country.
Wow.
Some countries you have 200 languages and 200 tribes and 200 different culture, because every tribes and every languages has their different culture. So, and also again, the Native American here, maybe that's their doctrine, because at the end of the day, what Kenya was wearing, I don't see it's quite offensive, like the way people were going in at her, you know, something that is, for example, they're talking about the head hat or headdress she had on. That, I don't think it's sacred, because for something to be sacred, there's some certain, let's say, how do I put this in English? Because like what's the thing called? Certain people, they should normally, I mean, that thing is, she bought it from the store. It's not like it's something that is like very sacred. Because to me, what I see sacred is they already perform certain ritual for it to become sacred, you know? So I can see if it's something like that she wore, then they have problem with it. But I don't feel like it was any, you know, it was that bad. But like I said again, it's their culture and their doctrine. Every doctrine is different. And then when it comes to Drew and Portia, all I think they should have said at that particular moment when Kenya did her work and was explaining, when Kenya pointed that, oh, Drew, you had it on an Halloween party, and Portia, you posted a picture of your sister wearing it. I felt that they should have said, okay, yes, Kenya, we thank you, you did the work, and I feel like Drew and I have made a mistake in the past, and we apologize, and we can move forward. But don't bash somebody for something that you already did, because if you can see in the confessional, they were bashing Kenya. Drew was bashing Kenya as well. Like, this is something she's never done. And now she's deflecting. And I'm coming to, what's the lady name? Not Miriam, the other lady that was like, Kenya, keep on retweeting. I think that's Kenya, yes, Kenya is defending herself. That is due to the way she grew up. You know, she always said there was nobody, you know, watching her back. She always tried to defend herself. And if you guys listen kindly when Kenya talks, she said when she was coming up, everything they used to say, it was her. Whether it's her, whether she did it or not, they always say it's her. So she's used to people, you know, blaming her for everything. And to her, it doesn't matter, because she's, you know, she's used to it. She's used to it, whether it is her or not, she's used to it. So I feel like they should give Kenya some slacks, because when I go on the comment section, like, it's disgusting. It's rude. It's rude. This woman is an icon. She represented the United States. She's the second Black woman to become Miss USA and a second runner-up to become Miss Universe. I was in Africa when I watched her, and she made us proud. You know, she made us proud. And like I said, when Portia came in for the first season, she had nothing. Portia was intimidated by these other women, you know, that have achieved so much. And she's just a step-forward wife. She had nothing in her name. This is why she stood up and she was talking, oh, give me one chance. Oh, I admire Kenya since I was little. Oh, Candy, this. And like I said, I'm sorry to say, but she was like a stray. And you know, when you take a stray from the street and bring them to show them the light, they're eager, you know, they're eager to, okay, I want this. I think that's Portia's issue. You know, she wants to prove that, oh, you know what, I can get what this other lady has. But she doesn't know how to go about it. Portia is not dumb. She is manipulative and calculative. Everything that Portia does, it's something that she already planned. Everything. She is not innocent. I have been watching.
All about her.
I have been watching Real Housewives.
Wait, let's not talk over each other. All right, Florence, thank you
I have been watching. What?
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Oh, I have been watching The Real Housewife of Atlanta for a very long time, and Portia have this way of doing something and hide her hands, because even with the dungeon thing with Candy, if Shamir was your friend when Phaedra brought it up, I feel like she should have stopped Phaedra right there. Like, I don't believe you, because I've known Shamir all my life. But she was there and co-signing and said, yeah, yes, oh yes, they were doing this. She was like undercover lesbian and all of that. I feel like Portia is just a mess. She's just a mess. I'm so
Florence,
sorry.
I appreciate you coming in and sharing your unapologetic opinion on this topic. I hope you will call in again and continue watching.
Thank you.
Someone might take my place as Captain Twirl.
I know, right?
Can I ask a question?
What again, Danielle?
Can I ask a question?
Well, no, I have to. There's a lot of callers in here. I want to give everyone an opportunity to call in. Nikki, what are your thoughts?
Hi, Kempire. Hi,
Hi.
Captain Twirl, and hi, Danielle. Okay, don't chew my head off. Give me a minute. Let me explain. Okay. My thing with Kenya in this situation, right? I did not agree with the fact that she brought Portia into where she should have just apologized and owned up to what she did. And the reason I say that is because she the one who came on national TV with that headdress on, and she knew it was going to be an issue. She had to. At this time in our life right now, she knew it was going to be an issue. True enough, back in the day when we grew up, we all grew up with cowboys and Indians and all that, and we thought it was okay. We didn't know no better. But in this era, right now, everybody knows how sensitive it is to do anything regarding anybody's nationality or religion. So I think that, and Kenya is a very smart woman. She ain't dumb by no means. And all she had to do was just apologize, just say she messed up and kept it moving. But then you deflect. And then you deflect that on Portia when it wasn't Portia in the Indian garment. It was Portia's sister. So that should have went to Portia's sister, not to Portia. Don't get me wrong.
Portia attacked her.
Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt.
I'm not a Portia fan, so I am not trying to defend Portia or whatever. I'm just saying that Kenya, in that point, was wrong. She should have just owned what she did and been done with it, because she brought Lauren in, and then she wants Portia to take the fall for what Lauren did. That was Lauren's issue. Lauren did that. And then now you go to Drew. That's the old picture of Drew. She didn't do it on national TV. So, I mean, just own what you did and keep it moving. The next time she deflected again. This is the problem that I have with Kenya. When Drew was telling her that it was an issue with her talking about her child. Now, true enough, I don't think she was talking about Drew's son. No, I don't. Nor did I think Nene was talking about Brooklyn. When Nene made her statement, she was talking about how fat Kenya got when she got pregnant. Now, if you want to say she was fat shaming, you could say that. But she was not calling Brooklyn a buffalo. That is not true.
Okay.
And so she wanted Nene to apologize for talking about Brooklyn. She should have just said that she was sorry for retweeting and kept it moving. You cannot dish it and then not take it. So that's my problem that I have with Kenya. I don't care that she talk about whoever she gonna talk about, do whatever she gonna do, but own your stuff when you get caught up in it. Now, don't get me wrong, Portia do some jacked up stuff too. I'm not a Portia fan. I'm not saying that. But Kenya was wrong in this point, and she should have just owned it and kept it moving.
Nikki, I appreciate your opinion, because look, I know a lot of people are starting to think this is a Team Twirl channel. No,
Thank you, Nikki.
You know what? this is a channel where everyone should be able to share their thoughts unapologetically. And I appreciate, Nikki, you calling in and sharing your thoughts. I want to take a couple of other callers. Let me just... Okay, Miriam, you can share your thoughts, but it has to be brief. There are a lot of people waiting that have not had a chance to say anything.
It is going to be brief. Facts. Nini said, is she pregnant with the buffalo? So yes, she said about the child that was in her. She said, is she pregnant with a buffalo? Yes, she was talking about what was in her belly.
But we know she wasn't actually talking about the baby.
She wasn't deflecting by bringing Portia and Drew. Portia and Drew, they inserted themselves in the confessionals and amidst her apology in the reunion. And please, let's not forget, let's not only hold Kenya accountable in this day and age, she should have known better. What about Bravo? What about Bravo?
You know
what
how
about
I feel about that.
the editing team? Like, but that's my thing. Like, are we watching the same show? Like, they inserted themselves, and this is why she answered them. She told them, you, instead of chiming in, attacking me, we could have taken this as a learning experience because you both did the same thing. So you could have said, yes, we are learning this too, and now we are better. Like, Kenya was putting them alongside with her. She wasn't really attacking them. Of course, she pointed out by default their hypocrisy. But what she said was, instead of attacking me and keep hammering me when I'm like I'm owning my mistake, you can tell about yourself as well. It wasn't Portia who wore, but Portia put it on her page, her sister, and that wasn't 10 years ago. So come on, if we're gonna hold, I don't have a problem with that, but use the same thing with everybody. And
okay, I want to hear what T. Maria has to say in this regard. T. Maria, what are your thoughts on any of the things that we talked about? For those that just joined us, we talked about the Joseline Hernandez interview on Wendy Williams, and now we're talking about this new interview that Drew Sidora did with Page Six, talking about her Native American heritage. T. Maria, what are your thoughts?
Hey, Wagwan.
Yeah, Wagwan.
I just feel like all of them need to take accountability. I think that Kenya did this as a mistake because she was wearing the incorrect thing. So I definitely think that it was a learning experience for all of them. I actually feel that it's worse on Drew's end because this is her. She is a part of the native, and it is her culture. So mocking her culture on Halloween when she wore that with a bindi, that is disgraceful. So you said that it is a sacred that was custom made for a ceremony. Why did you have to wear it to a Halloween party? That doesn't make any sense. I think that all of them, however, need to take accountability. I think that they should have just apologized. I was wrong. I never should have done this and move on. Because I'm not really into the Halloween thing because I'm Caribbean. We don't do Halloween are for kids.
Yes.
So I don't even think that it should be a big deal. But as it relates to the show overall, I don't think it should be canceled because what it's showing us is that the production is poor. It was just distasteful. It was just ratchet. Production needs to be held accountable. It doesn't feel good every time or every week I have to go on Candy's page to find out what really happened.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's just ridiculous. If every week after a show I have to go over and see what happened, because some of the episodes I was like, why? What am I missing? And then I go over to Candy's show. This is what actually happened. This is what happened behind the scene. So I just think that they need to get a new production company on board. I do love Candy because I think that Candy is the brain in the group. She's the only one that thinks further than myself because if she was the only one that sent the email to the network requesting for things that could benefit all castmates and all American, then because if she's thinking about getting other production company from outside black owned to come in, um that I just love her for that and the boss move that she is making. Now what shocked me is when she said that Portia was not name was not even on the list.
Yep.
And I have been watching the show from inception, and I can tell you this: Candy has always been there for Portia. Candy
Mm,
was the first person who had Portia sang. She had a
mm.
song, the name is Flatline. Candy was behind that. Then it was her show. It was the don't
That brought
remember the show.
the stage show.
Yes, and
A Mother's
she
Love.
has been
Thank you.
supporting
Mother's
Candy.
love.
Mother's Love, yes, she has been supporting Portia, and it is a continuous thing. And now we are hearing that, well, I was the one who told them to add Portia. So I think that they both need to talk. Candy does not need to get over what Portia did, because what she did in the climate that we are in today, where we are now seeing Ti and Tiny going through a similar situation, she does not need to forget what happened.
Mm, mm.
However, they need to move forward, because Candy could have been in that place right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
T
she
Maria,
does not need to forget, but they need to move past this.
T Maria, I think what you just said is so important because I think we kind of took that storyline and made it light when it really is a very serious topic. And I'm glad you reminded us of that. So thank you so much for calling in. I just want to round this out because we've been live for an hour and 36 minutes. So thank you again,
Okay.
T Maria. Be sure to call in. We love it when, Jamaicans call in.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
I'm going to bring Daisha back up. I just want to round this out, but I also want to say thank you to all of the super chats. Let me just give a shout out. Rob is always here. Thank you so much, Rob, for your support. Rob says, walking away from difficult or sensitive topics, having learned something is a sign of great discussions. This was a good chat. Love that. Love that. Sherwayne, thank you so much for super chat. Hey, Kempire, just dropping in to show some love. Thank you so much, Sherwayne. Appreciate the support of the channel. Don't forget, guys, if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We go live when we have breaking news, when we just want to chat about some of your favorite reality shows, and when we upload. So be sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you haven't liked this video already, be sure to like it. Why not? It takes less than a second. I want to just round this out quickly because I do have to get up early in the morning and it's already almost 11 o'clock here on the East Coast. I'm just going to go starting with our girl, Captain Twirl. Just overall about the Wendy and Joseline situation and about Drew's new interview with Page Six. Final thoughts, as quick as possible, please.
I think Wendy and Joseline, it was premeditated, period, because it's giving them, both of them, clicks. And knowing Wendy, I wouldn't think she was caught off guard and she let the girl just blast her on national TV. I just don't buy that for a second. And about I just wish they all took accountability. They came after her in the confessionals. Okay, we will forgive you for that. But at the reunion, I wish they said, and we acknowledge we've made that mistake and we are being better. Because Portia, at some point, she was telling Kenya, why don't you like me to be better? Like, she needs to wish others the same thing that she wants to herself. And, and this week has been Kempire state of mind all around. What can I say?
And we appreciate you so much, Miriam. Daisha, last minute thoughts on anything that you want to share on the topics that we covered tonight.
One thing about Joseline, she's unapologetic. She's a firebird, so we already knew what type of Joseline, but we just didn't know how she was going to be. So Wendy, Wendy has talked a lot of noise about a lot of people. So you can't knock her for coming after her, okay? Because she's not the only one. Remember Black China and her mama, and it's a lot of people out there. So like y'all said, if you gonna dish it, you better be able to take it back, okay? Yeah. And that goes for Wendy, and she knows it too. That's why she wasn't, really pressed. Because if she was really pressed, she would have kept going on and on about it. Because a lot of times when she pressed, she'll also go on her social media and talk about it like she does with Nene. Drew, she needs to be replaced. We need somebody else that's got a little bit about themselves. And yes, they do need to make Bravo accountable for some of the things that they have been doing, because why do the number one show, why do these Black women have to go to y'all for y'all to make it equality between all of the shows? What's that about? You do it with New York and you do it with Beverly Hills. Why you couldn't do it with your number one show? And that should have been done in the beginning, knowing that you went to Atlanta to put all those Black women on your TV show to make it big as what it is. They are the reason why those doors was open for the rest of those other shows.
Whew, Daisha. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Appreciate you so much.
Anytime.
And finally, definitely last but not least, Danielle, final thoughts on anything that you want to talk about.
Okay. So I said in your comments on your TikTok, I'm so over the Drew Kenya, the costume, not costume. We make mistakes, and I believe the mistakes were made because we were being ignorant in the past and we're used to it just being okay. You learn, you educate yourself, you apologize, you move on. Let's stop beating a dead horse. As far as my girl Wendy and Joseline, the Puerto Rican princess and tea, the DVR is already set for tomorrow night. I will be watching. I will be watching it Friday morning. I'll probably watch it while I'm at the gym because it's just that stupid. It makes the time go by fast, hopefully. I'm
gonna watch this show.
Yeah. It comes on YouTube TV. I think I watch it on YouTube because I don't have Wii. But I do have it set on my YouTube TV. So, of course, like the next day or something.
I'm going to watch it, and I'll let you guys know what I think.
As a matter of fact, you can go watch the first 2 episodes so you can catch up with me. Because I'm because remember,
pull me into your ratchet.
I'm going to pull you right on in so you can see the rat. And you're going to be like, oh, my goodness, I can't believe this got a 3rd season.
Oh, my God. Well, thank you, Danielle, for sharing your thoughts.
It's worse than Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, damn.
As far as fighting and arguing and stuff, the catty stuff. So just be prepared.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Danielle. Anything else before I let you go?
No, this was a great conversation tonight. Thank you for the ladies who called in with the Agusin and Fufu and Igusi. Yes. Y'all know some local places here in DC. Please put them in the comments because I need some good Fufu and some good Igusi, and I don't like everyone's.
Excuse me. Shout out to everyone that called in. Look, the show is nothing without you guys. I love doing these lives with you. I'm your boy, TheKempire. If you're not following me on my social media, everything is at TheKempire. Links are available in the description of this video. I'll also be posting some of the links of the past conversations that we've had this week in regards to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if you haven't checked out any of my under a minute hot topics, you're getting daily content here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Be sure to support the channel any way that you can. And you can support just by liking, viewing, sharing, whatever it is. And if you would like to be a moderator, shout out to the chat. Let me know in the comments right now if you would like to be a moderator of the show. I enjoyed the conversation tonight. Look, I don't know what was happening between Joseline Hernandez and Wendy Williams. It did seem like, wait, was this just to get attention for a show? But no, I also think that Joseline is just very sensitive. I don't know what her sun sign is, but I think she's very sensitive, the same way that she reacted in regards to what Faith Evans said on that reality show. I think it was just over the top for no reason, because if anything, Wendy's gone harder on other people. and I mean harder. She actually, I feel like she really does like Joseline Hernandez the same way that she likes a Black China. And I actually find Joseline Hernandez more entertaining than a Black China. No offense, Black China. Just saying. In regards to this Drew situation, look, at the end of the day, look, I understand many, many years ago, it was cool to wear Indian costumes for some people. But Native Americans have been talking about this for years, but people just started listening. The same way that people just started listening to Black people talk about, oh, our lives matter. Just put that in perspective. I don't know what's going on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not looking forward to a Drew coming back. Honestly, I tried to like her. She is my Taurus sister. I just didn't like her. But I am rooting for my girl Kandi coming back because Kandi's part of the reason why we have a lot of Black production happening at Bravo. And I bet you Bravo as a network is going to change just because of that email that Kandi sent to the network. So shout out to Kandi. Look, you sold me over. Look, you won me over. And I think she needs to come back. Maybe even as a producer. Look, we don't necessarily have to see Kandi. And I want to see Kandi speak on it, get a little bit more light. So let's get Kandi speak on it on Bravo. Why not? Why not? You guys have the Bravo chat room. Speak on it so much better than that. Oh, I forgot. Portia's on that, but she won't do speak on it. Portia, stop it. Where's that fun Portia? We need that fun Portia. Anyways, guys, I just want to thank all of the callers that called in tonight. Shout out to everyone that sends a super chat, that sends a super sticker. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Shout out to my moderators, specifically Diana, but shout out to all the moderators, but Diana's been holding it down. Diana, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, we go live all the time. I have to go watch Jersey now. I will be doing a live recap at some point tomorrow. So be sure, if you're not subscribed, to subscribe. We talk all hot topics, some of your favorite. We just posted a story. You remember Debo from Friday? Well, we just found out he did have COVID-19, but that's not how he died. Check out that video and so much more in the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Shout out to my TikTok. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful night. I need to get a look. If you're a musician or a video editor, I need someone to create me a little intro and outro. Let me know. Hit me up on my social media. Everything's at the Kempire. Have a wonderful night, y'all. Again, thank you to everyone in the chat. Let me know if you want to be a